Hello, welcome to another Aussie Cadet Edwards video. Today's video is slightly different than usual. It is not a physical video, it is a slideshow, and I'm just recording my voice over the top. So, today we'll be taking a look at the ranks of the AAC. So, just before I begin, the content covered in this slideshow is publicly available and it was accessed from these three websites I've put down below. So for the contents of this video, we'll be looking at three sections, the first being the cadet ranking system. The second section we'll talk about the officers of cadets, and then the third section will be test objectives. So this is the diagram that I've just managed to find on the Wikipedia page. So it looks quite complicated, but it's pretty straightforward once I walk through it. So we're looking from right to left. So on the right side, you'll see the cadet recruit rank, and then on the very left, you'll see the national cadet under officer rank. So the very first rank in the cadets ranking structure is the cadet recruit. So cadet recruits do not wear a rank slide at all, and their name is abbreviated as CDTREC, and they are not eligible to wear the Australian national flag or ANF.
Next is the rank of cadet. So this rank does have a rank slide. Cadets sometimes wear a rank slide depending on the unit. If they are, it's going to be a blank rank slide, just like this one here. So upon advancement from cadet recruit to cadet, cadet is now eligible to wear the Australian national flag or ANF on their left shoulder of their general duties uniform. The next rank is cadet lance corporal. Cadet lance corporals wear insignia of one chevron and are usually section 2ICs or perform a specialist role within the cadet unit. A cadet lance corporal is to be addressed as lance corporal by their subordinates, where lance is sometimes dropped to make it a bit more brief. So what that means is the example I've given. Corporal, when is the fieldcraft activity starting? So they don't say lance corporal most of the time. And then as you can see on this rank slide photo that I've added, it is one chevron. Next is cadet corporal. Cadet corporals wear an insignia of two chevrons and are usually section commanders or perform a specialist role within the cadet unit. A cadet corporal is to be addressed as corporal by their subordinates. So as you can see here, this image is two chevrons. Cadet sergeants wear an insignia of three chevrons and are usually platoon sergeants, company sergeant majors, company quartermaster sergeants, acting platoon or company commanders, or hold other senior positions in the cadet unit. A cadet sergeant is to be addressed as sergeant by their subordinates. So this rank's pretty straightforward. Three chevrons, and you address them as sergeant. Cadet Warrant Officer Class 2. Cadet Warrant Officer Class 2s wear an insignia of a crown bound by a square frame and are usually the company sergeant major, CSM, or hold unit training or operational roles within the cadet unit. A Cadet Warrant Officer Class 2 is to be addressed as Sir/Ma'am by their subordinates. Cadet Warrant Officer Class 1s wear an insignia of the coat of arms and they are usually the Regimental Sergeant Major, RSM, of an AAC battalion, AAC brigade, or school-based unit, SBU, or may hold a unit training or operations role within the cadet unit. A Cadet Y1 is to be addressed as Sir/Ma'am by their subordinates. So just going back to what that said about them being the Regimental Sergeant Major of a battalion or a brigade, so the difference between a battalion or a brigade is that the battalions make up a brigade. So think of your individual unit as one element. So say a battalion has 4 to 6 units, and then that one battalion joins a part of a brigade which might have 4 to 6 battalions. So take the South Australia Brigade, for example. That's made up of all the different South Australian battalions, such as Adelaide Battalion, etc. Cadet Under Officer or CUO. Cadet Under Officers wear an insignia of a lozenge which consists of 27.5 chevrons arranged in diamond shape, which is not shown in the provided image. This rank does not have an equivalent in the Australian Army, and within the cadet unit, CUOs may fill a number of junior officer roles such as platoon commander, company commander, cadet adjutant, and more. A CUO is to be addressed as Sir/Ma'am by their subordinates, and subordinates are to pay compliments like saluting, etc. Regional Cadet Under Officer, or the abbreviation RCUO. Regional Cadet Under Officers wear an insignia of a lozenge with a blue centre. This rank is held by the cadet who is positioned at headquarters. Regional headquarters is another way to say brigade headquarters. So for example, there might be an RCUO working at the South Australian Brigade headquarters. National Cadet Regimental Sergeant Major, or NSM. The National Cadet Regimental Sergeant Major wears an insignia of a coat of arms surrounded by a laurel wreath. Usually a single cadet holds this rank whose position is at National Headquarters, or the HQAAC. National Cadet Under Officer, or NCUO. The National Cadet Under Officer wears an insignia of a lozenge with a red centre. Usually a single cadet holds this rank, whose position is at National Headquarters, or HQ AAC. So this is a photo of 3 NCUOs and the National RSM standing next to the Deputy Chief of Army. In the slide before, I said there was only one NCUO, but there can be multiple appointed. For example, you could have a Command Cadet Under Officer, a Command Cadet Adjutant, and a National Cadet Training Officer. These 3 have slightly varying roles, but overall they're responsible for raising issues that cadets raised in the first place, and they're also responsible for the training and administration of cadets. For the second section, we're going to take a look at the Officers of Cadets ranks. Defense-approved helpers assist with cadet activities from time to time and hold no rank and do not wear a uniform. They are to be referred to by cadets as Mr., Mrs., or Miss. This rank is not an officer of cadets. This is the first officer rank that we're having a look at. It is important to note that we refer to second and first lieutenants as lieutenants and not lieutenants. AAC second lieutenants wear an insignia of 1 pip. They are often appointed to the role of admin officer, quartermaster, or another similar role within their cadet unit. Lieutenant. AAC lieutenants wear an insignia of 2 pips. They are often in charge of playing the role of training officer or executive officer within their cadet unit. Sometimes they may be administrative commander of their cadet unit. Captain. Australian Army Cadet captains wear an insignia of 3 pips. They are often officers commanding of a cadet unit or staff members at battalion headquarters, regional headquarters, and national headquarters. Major. Australian Army Cadet majors wear an insignia of 1 crown. They are often sub-regional commanding officers or hold a position at regional headquarters or national headquarters in various other staff officer or special officer roles. Lieutenant Colonel. Australian Army Cadet Lieutenant Colonels wear an insignia of a crown atop a single pip. They are regional assistant commanders, school-based unit commanding officers, or hold a staff officer position at national headquarters. Colonel. Australian Army Cadet Colonels wear an insignia of a crown atop 2 pips. It is the rank of the National Assistant Commander who is typically the only one to hold this rank. How to tell the difference between a staff and a cadet rank. If you look to the bottom of both rank slides, you'll notice one says Army Cadet and one says AAC. Any rank slide that says Army Cadet is a cadet member, and any slide that says AAC is a staff member. It is also important to note that you refer to all staff ranks as Sir/Ma'am besides defense-approved helpers, as you would refer to them as Mr., Mrs., or Miss. Section 3, Test of Objectives. Please feel free to pause the video and think about it and then unpause. What is this rank? Sergeant. What is this rank? Second Lieutenant. What is this rank? Cadet Warrant Officer Class 2. Bonus question. What do you address this rank as? A Cadet Warrant Officer Class 2 is to be addressed as Sir/Ma'am by their subordinates.
What is this rank? Cadet Under Officer. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video.